Hey guys, how's everything going? This is Jay, sir. In this video, allow me to introduce you something I'm building right now. It's just called Shaku. It consists of a bunch of tools that will help you write technical articles. So, as you may have known, that I have been creating this series of React source code walkthrough since I think 2 years ago. At the beginning, it was just some YouTube video series. I just tried to figure that out how it works internally and record a video. And later, I think a year ago, I started transcript the stuff into a blog, which is jc.dev. And you see there are quite some posts here. Besides React source code walkthrough, there are some other posts as well, like this TypeScript code contravariant stuff. So during this experience writing articles in Markdown, I think if you're writing a post, possibly you would choose Markdown because it's super easy to start with, and it just keep you focused on the writing experience itself rather than figuring out the plugins, stuff like that, right? But for especially for the React source code walkthrough series, I found that the functions of Markdown, especially the basic Markdown features, are so limited that it is very hard to write a very good technical blog. Because if you look at the popular blog like Not a Number or Web Dev, you will see it is for a blog post. For a post to be successful, it needs to be more interactive, not just a static text. It's better we have some live demo and a coding editor and some quizzes to test your knowledge and some diagram to explain the concept a little better. But the basic Markdown only supports some typography, and even for the code, it just is some basic syntax highlighting. I think the basic highlighting is not there. You need to add some plugin to add the highlighting. But anyway, what I want to say is that it just doesn't feel right. It is not enough to write a good technical block with the basic features from Markdown. So that's why I'm building this Shaku. Shaku in Japanese it means explain. It's pretty straightforward. Under this umbrella of tools, I've already published the first module, which is called Shaku Code Annotate. As the name implies, it annotates the code. What does it do is, let me explain it with some examples. So if we have a binary search code I want to explain, I think it works, right? I just write the code from scratch. Anyway, here the key point of binary search is try to move the cursor towards each other, one from left, one from right, and then use a while loop, and then choose the middle and move the cursor to the right half or to the left half, and then it will return I. So every time I write such thing as binary search, I always pay extra attention to the ending conditions. So in the while loop here, I use this smaller than or equal to, and so this makes sure that when they meet, I will move to the right to the next one if the target is bigger. By this, we could easily get the inserting position. If we doesn't have this equal, there will be some issues, I think. So when I want to explain this code, especially if this code is from other ones, I want to emphasize the equation mark here. But if you write some comments into the code snippet, you will conflict with the already existing comments. You don't know what they are, right? Is this from the source code or is it from the context of you writing this blog? So yeah, it's pretty hard. Okay, please ignore the syntax here. This is already the adapted syntax for the Shaku. So basically, without this, you just write some normal commands. Of course, you cannot tell the difference between this comment and this comment. So this is why I want to annotate the code in the context of the post, not the context of the code, which is pretty obvious, right? So with this Shaku code annotate on JSON.def, I'm using the Astro, which use the remark as the markdown and parser. So if you want to use the Shaku code annotate, you need to find the right plugin for processor for the markdown engine, which is remark. So on JSON.def, I'm already using the remark Shaku code.annotate. So now, if I am writing the post on JSON.def, this is how you define a code block, right? And then I just add this annotate, right? And after it, this part of the code which I added for the context of this post will be rendered is something like this. This is a separate callout, which makes it pretty obvious that this is something out of the scope of code, but in the context of this post, right? So yeah, so a bit of syntax here is that you see the arrow here, which is the arrow here. So you can see that position matches. And then these brackets, this brackets is the border of the callout. You can see that the border is here. So yeah, this is basically like, even if you don't render it like this, you could see some shape, all right? So roughly some shape like this. So I think I'm pretty like proud that I just use the syntax like this. It's pretty straightforward. Cool, isn't it cool? I said it's cool, right? If you take a look at my blog post about React Server Components, you will see a lot of this callout, which make it super easy to emphasize a code or just to put the comments where you want to put without interfering with existing comments. I think there's some gap here. I will fix this. Cool. Anyway, let's go back to our Shaku. This is not the own feature. So here is a demo demonstrating the current abilities. I want to point it out that this is the current abilities. I will try to add more abilities to this tool, and there will be some bugs, I think. I'll try to fix them. So here's the callout. I've already demonstrated. The other one is underline. Maybe it's not that useful. Here's the wavy underline. Well, this is the annotation, and this is the solid. This is dotted. So the code. Okay, we don't have source code, but the code is quite simple. For here, just use the wavy, and this is just to use a dash, and this is use a dot, and also we have this highlight. You see this line and these two are just simply highlighted with some command. Okay, I've already put the this is the remark short. Here is a Shaku, and the first tool is Shaku annotate, and there is actually a playground here. This is the playground. You can see the syntax here, and also this is the preview. So you see, this is normal command. This is a normal command, and this is Shaku command. I add the annotate here. This is the arrow. Yeah, this is the callout. Cool, right? And this is the underline. So I just add this wavy line here. You see that just to render this wavy here. Perfect. And this is annotation. Check it out. Dot, and this is dash. This is a solid line. Pretty straightforward, huh? And these underlines doesn't need to have this callout, so you can just render the highlight the code. And also you can easily highlight the lines here. Like if you want to highlight this cleanup function, I just use for this whole block, I use highlight start, highlight end. And if you want to highlight just one line, you could just use this highlight command. It will default when put the next line in highlight. Cool. So this is the current abilities. Oh, I want to point out that these styles, you can totally control them with CSS. For each of these dot elements, there will be a class, and which you can just override to set the color, something. Okay, for example, here, this is Shaku callout. Have this background, and this is the background. This arrow. This is had size Shaku callout arrow. This blue as well, and this one I think it's something Shaku line underline wavy. And see, this is underline line. Great, right? This and this one is highlight. So for the line, you will add this. You will have this highlight to the line, so you can change any color. Like for the like here, you can change it to blue or something. Yeah. Actually, there are some existing tools you can highlight code, but with some here with some meta info on the header, like highlight line from like 1 to, I don't know, some syntax here, but I don't like it because I like collocation. It's a bit hard to know what this line is, right? Especially if you add something here, the line will just change. I don't like them. Cool. And oh, maybe there's some issue if we do something like this. If you range a line number, this will definitely create some trouble. But I think it's something I can work on to just ignore it, to make it like this line invisible to the line system. But anyway, that's it. Remember, I think for now, I'm using this feature callout the most. And remember, you can always customize the styles to fit your needs. And the source code is on GitHub. To use it, just import it from npm, and put it into the into your plugin, if your markdown system. For here, it is example for remark. Okay. Also here, yeah, this is the CSS for our demo. You can change as you want. One thing is that this one based on Shaku. Oh, I forgot to put it somewhere. I think it's mentioned here. Based on Shaku. Oh, I update the. Oh yeah, it uses Shaku as the backbone, and it's inspired by Shaku 2/. Cool. And that's it. Hope it helps. Please use my tool and give it a star. Thanks. Bye.